Hey, it's Dr. David Phelps, CEO and founder of the Freedom Founders Mastermind community. Got a great question from one of our listeners, one of our followers the other day. And that question is, hey, David, what's the best way to, let me make sure I get this question right, borrow money against a dental office? Okay, so this is obviously a dentist who owns their practice building, and apparently they have some equity in it, right? Maybe they own it free and clear, or maybe the loan balance they currently have on it is maybe 50% or less than the current value. So there's equity, meaning what they actually have above a loan balance. And that person wants to know how they can access that, borrow money out of that particular building, the equity. So there's really two ways to do it, and got to decide which is best for you. I'm all for utilizing bank money for one's home, when your residence, and also for, say, an office building. I'm okay with that because the rates you can get today are very, very low, and you can get fixed rate loans, meaning they're capped for 15, 20, 25 years. And if you can do that today, then your ability to take the money out, that is, harvest the equity and put that into something else, something that's actually a good asset, don't go spend the money, right? Then accessing it through the banks is a great thing. You need a good credit score, you need good track record of payment history, but it's very doable today. So the banks. Now, the downside to going through the banks is it takes time. There's what I call a lot of brain damage today. The underwriting, even with a good credit score, can sometimes just be a little bit overwhelming. But if you can harvest a good chunk of money, it's worthwhile for you to do that, and you can put that money into something else that you can grow. Then don't leave the money in a building that's what I call dead equity, right? Now, another way to access money from equity that you have in property or real estate is through private capital. What's private capital? Well, there's all kinds of people, your own colleagues in professional practice today, for instance, who are a little bit older maybe, and they've built up some wealth, and they're concerned today about how to get a return on their investment money, right? Putting on Wall Street, very risky because Wall Street goes like this and goes like this and like this. And if you're very conservative and you put your money in the bank, like savings accounts, CDs, or T-bills, even bonds today, the return on those investments are extremely low, ridiculous today. 1%, maybe 1.5%, less than 1%. I mean, there's nothing there. So there's a lot of private capital that individuals have that would love to invest in something that's solid, like real estate, where it's safe, it's secure. And gosh, if they could earn 6% rather than the 1 or 1.5%, that's 4, 5, 6 times what they could earn right now. So you could do that. Now, that takes a little bit more work on your part because you have to develop some relationships, right? You need to know how to speak the language, how to talk to people about money and where they're investing in today. And that takes a little practice. It's something we do in Freedom Founders a lot. But it's a real opportunity to learn how to access private capital. In fact, I think that's going to be the way of the future. Yeah, we'll always have the banks in some form or fashion, but the banks are getting more and more controlled by the government and by the marketplace. Sometimes the banks lend money, sometimes they contract again because of the market. Well, people who have money to invest, you build those relationships, they'll last a lifetime. And that's where I focus my effort. So either way can be a good way, depends on who you are, what you're willing to do to access that money. But as long as you've got a place to put that money and reinvest it, if you take it out of your practice equity, I think it's a smart thing to do. Just be sure you know what you're doing with it. All right? Great question.